Let's talk about Mark Rosewater's teaser for the upcoming horror-themed set for Magic the Gathering Duskmourn. These are always interesting to go through. So it says, first up, here are some things you can expect. A component of the set with a frame using technology first designed for an unset. I think that this is going to be probably the border that goes with the name all the way around it. Other than that, maybe what I really want it to be is to be like the component one, where it's like you had one card and that was half of a creature and you'd stick like the other half of another type of a creature onto it and it would be both creature types. I don't think we're getting that, but I think that would be really sweet for that one. Next is a tweak on an ability word that first appeared in the third set of a block. I don't know a lot of these. In the Reddits, a couple of people had some suggestions. Hellbent, I thought that would be interesting, maybe if they did Hellbent, but if you had one card left in hand or less, or Constellation, and I think it would be interesting if they did like whenever an enchantment leaves the battlefield, do the thing. That would be pretty interesting. Next, we have the counters used in this set. We have +1/+1, -1/-1, finality, flying, lifelink, lore, loyalty, nest, possession, rev, stun, and time. We know most of these counters. Rev counters could be interesting here. They could be, I guess, like something revving up. So it's like maybe like a play on the intensity mechanic that they do in Alchemy. So Rev could be that. Possession counters, that could be an interesting thing. Maybe it has to deal with taking control of something that your opponent controls. I don't know. We'll have to see. First ability word to reference second main phase. Interesting. So for me, I think that's going to be something like a play on the raid mechanic. If your creature attacked, it will do one thing in the second main phase. If it didn't attack, maybe it will do another thing in the second main phase. That could be really interesting. Next is a 10/1 creature for blue, 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 which is pretty interesting. Maybe Yargle is blue in this set and we'll get a mono blue Yargle. That would be pretty cool. Next is a variant on a mechanic that itself was a variant on another mechanic. We do get this kind of a lot. There's a lot of things that are variants of other things that were once variants of Kicker. That's the big joke, is that everything is Kicker. So I don't know what we're going to get from this. That's not a lot of info to go on. Next, we have a modal 3-mana white mass removal spell. That's a pretty interesting one. If I had to guess, I would say it's not going to destroy all creatures as one of the modes. One of those modes might be destroy all creatures under a certain power or something like that. But just a 3-mana destroy all creatures as one of the modes, I think would be a little too strong for what they want to give white, but we'll have to see. White is the best board wipe color. A character returns as a legendary creature that first appeared in flavor text in Alpha. Very interesting. The wording here makes me think that we've seen this character before, probably as a planeswalker. So I don't know very much about the flavor text in Alpha set, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that we're going to get Teferi as a creature again. That would be really interesting in my opinion. Next, a new ability word that cares about a card type and a new keyword action. I am not really sure. That's kind of ambiguous. They don't give us a lot to work off of there. So I'm just going to let you guys speculate on that one. Then we have the creature tokens that are going to appear in the set. We get a 1/1 white toy, a 1/1 white glimmer, a 2/1 white insect, 3/1 white spirit. I wonder if that has flying. 4/4 white beast, blue token copy. So I guess just making token copies of anything, but it's going to be blue after that. XX blue spirit, 2/2 black horror, 6/6 black demon. That's a big token. It's probably going to fly too. 1/1 red gremlin, 1/1 red balloon. Nice. We get an it reference there. 2/2 green spider, 1/1 black and green insect, and a 0/0 green and blue fractal. Interesting. Fractals are back. Next, he spoils some of the rules text that'll be showing up on cards. Unlock a locked door. I think that's going to be a variation on like a case or a saga. They really like doing these variations on these enchantments that just sit out and then can do different things over time. And I think that door is going to be another variation on that. If not, maybe they'll do it as a variation of that, but for artifacts. I think that would be pretty interesting too. Then search your library for a demon card. Okay, we've got a demon kindred sub-theme happening here. We love to see it. Then where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. Okay, I like that. It's probably a draw spell if we're going to be getting anything real out of it. Hopefully it's not damage, because that doesn't seem like it's going to be doing enough. Unless it's just going to be like a uncommon removal spell for limited or something like that. Exile any number of target instant, sorcery, and or Tamiyo planeswalker cards from your graveyard. Okay, I'm guessing that's going to be on a Tamiyo card, or something that references Tamiyo in the name of the card. Interesting. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Okay, so this is going to be a static effect. Usually this is something that changes the typing of a creature, so this sort of says to me that we're getting another card that you can sit out and then change all of the creature types in your deck to whatever creature type that you want it to be. Could be something else, but that's what it reads as to me. You have no maximum hand size and don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. That's pretty interesting. We have seen similar cards to this in the past, and you usually have to really build around them to make them good or even playable, but we'll see. We'll have to see how niche this card is. Next, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single creature you control, copy that spell. Wow, that is really interesting. If we see that on a legendary creature, I think it's going to be a pretty popular commander, but I'm thinking this is probably going to show up on a enchantment. Next, shards you control become copies of it until the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so maybe shards is a new creature type? Next, of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. So looks like a mechanic on a creature that's going to reward you for having other creatures that aren't multiples of the same creature. So I wonder if it makes copies of itself. Should be interesting. Next, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, and 31 are prime numbers. Okay, so there is a card that cares about prime numbers specifically and will reference them. So I think that the most important thing to remember is that 1 is not a prime number, but it sort of tells you in the flavor text there. Next, we have some of the creature types that we're going to see in the set. Human Doctor. Okay. So Doctor is, as far as I know, only showing up in the Doctor Who sets so far, so we get some extra synergy for that if you've got a Doctor deck. Core Survivors. Okay, we haven't had Survivors in a while. Goats. Shark. Eye. Okay. Beholders are coming back. Maybe, kind of, probably not. Fish Insect. Fish Insect? I don't want that. Monkey Toy. Human Clown Berserker. I love Human Clown Berserker. I can't wait for that card. Next we have Elder Demon. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Like Elder Dragon, but it's a demon. That better be a really cool card. Legendary Creature Rat Ninja Wizard. I'm guessing that's Nashi. And then we've got some names in the set. Acrobatic Cheerleader, Don't Make a Sound, Exercise, Friendly Ghost, okay, we've got Casper, Jump Scare, Let's Play a Game, a Saw reference, Meat Hook Massacre 2, oh, that's pretty exciting. I wonder what that one's gonna do. Orphans of the Wheat, Split Up, and Unsettling Twins. That is everything. That's everything from the teaser. I'm super excited about Duskmourn. I think it's going to be a really fun, spooky set, and I can't wait. What do you think?